Guys, I am starting off bright and early to do this Hellcat intake filter. I saw somebody else do this. It looks like he spanned it over 2 days, so yeah, some people use that as a beer holder. This is early for me, so that'll be my coffee holder. I'm starting first thing in the morning. I'm gonna start taking out some of these screws. These are the ones that people were having a bitch with. I don't know how I'm gonna get that. I've got some. I've got the star. I got those star tools right there. So they'll go in a socket, so I should be okay. And I also have the chest goes, which is like a screwdriver. So anyway, let's see how this goes, and check back in a little bit. See how long this takes. I think it's about 7:15 right now in the morning. Supposed to be a hot day, so I want to get this done later. All right, so far so good. Removing the 3 screws. I also took that off. Get that out of the way a little bit more. Brand new car, so obviously this is not going to be too bad. This is what an original one looks like. It would have been nice if they just put a cap right there. I don't know why they had to make separate boxes, and I don't understand this. It's threaded. It's not. There's no nut on the metal nut on the back side, and really, when you think about it, it could have just been a quarter twist. This is like really stupid engineering. I don't know. Hey, look at any Japanese car; they would never do it like that. But anyway, there's some metal fragments in there too. So anyway, I got the new box all prepped. I'm gonna take this last bolt out and take this thing out. See in a minute. All right, so got the airbox out. Do you guys have that writing? I got all sorts of marking on my car, different places. I don't know if mine was a test unit or what. But anyway, so here we go. Airbox is out. Now we got to work on getting that out of there. See how long that takes. See in a minute. Alright, so I'm just going to show you guys. This is what I'm using. I'm using a small little open end wrench, and I'm going to use this, and I am going to tape this into this wrench because I don't want to have this drop and have to remove that pan down below. So in case you're wondering, this is how I'm doing it right there. Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, so even with my custom tool, it took me about 30 minutes getting these doggone screws out. I didn't have to take them all the way out. It probably should be. And then I did like somebody else showed and kind of pried the thing out. But if you look at it, it's a twist. So you got to kind of twist it. Twist direction. So to the left, twist it to the left and it'll pry out. I tried that, it was pretty stuck. I think it was because one of the screws wasn't all the way out far enough, so. Anyway, that's about how far you have to take back out the screws. Anyway, let's see what this, let me get the parts and see what the plug looks like. By the way, when I brought this thing off, it fell down there. I had to squeeze my arm between the radiator and the frame to get it. But anyway, so far so good. Be back in a minute. Okay, so this is the 2019 Widebody Challenger, and this is the part number of the tube, 68322216 AA, and then there's a 001. So this is what's going to go in the box, and this is what goes on, I guess, on here. Somebody said this is too big, and you have to fill it in with some foam. I'm going to take a look at that now. I'm going to put the camera down, actually. Let's see. So obviously I gotta take those screws out. Yeah, and there's a huge difference in size here. Yeah. Looks like I have to build it up a little bit. I've got some more of this. I'm not really using foam. I'm using a different kind of rubber that I got when with my louvers on my last car. So let me let me get those screws all the way out, because you do get to take them all the way out. Oh joy! And then I'll get this box here. All right, guys, I'm going to call it how I see it. Why don't you take a look at something here? Look at those screws that I had to pull out. See that? If you know anything about manufacturing, you know that you don't use fine threads like that into plastic. I don't know what these guys are thinking. This is plastic. It's an ABS plastic. I don't know, it's pretty hard, but I don't know. Go figure. I guess when they assembled it, this thing was off the car, so they just used some speed screws, screwer. Yeah, you can see the water droplets. That's from my forehead because it's pretty muggy out here. Anyway, I got some of these face cleaning wipes from my wife, and I've got some alcohol. I'm going to wipe the inside of this thing so the foam will stick. Alright, catch you in a minute. Alright, so I got the rubber. This is the stuff I'm using. Leftovers from my louvers. I'm going to order another set of louvers. This is my neighbor's firing up his car, man. He's got a mid-muffler delete. Okay, and looks like I still got a little bit of play. And this is a harder foam, so not sure what I'm going to do. I got to build that up a little bit more. Maybe put one more layer. See you in a minute. All right, that worked really well. I actually had to go 1.5 around, so two on the width, and then overlaid half. So sitting there pretty good, snug. It's not going to rattle. Now I'm going to get the box here, right here. It's your Hellcat box. All this just because I needed that hole. Let's see what kind of car. I think this guy's got a Pontiac or something. Nope, it's a Mustang. It's the loudest. No, it is a Pontiac G8. I love those cars. So he's got a modified G8. I'll have to give him a run. You can hear the pops as he gets down the hill. He's trying to be quiet. It's loud. But you know what? Louder isn't faster. I'd rather have a quiet car that just hauls ass than something that's loud and obnoxious. Alright, so let me put this stuff in. See you in a minute. You notice that I almost forgot the little rubber thing here. You got to do that. And then this one, to get it out, you got to pull this little metal ferrule in the middle, so you can squeeze the grommet and pull that out from the side. This is the piece that came out in the middle. So I'm going to push that back in, and we're good to go. I wanted to show you guys this. This is what wasn't clear on the other people's videos. So I put this piece in first, and I kind of angled this down. Put my hand in through here. Made sure that all the tabs are in there and everything. Lined it up in here, so it's good to go. You kind of tilt it down in, and now I'm able to push it in a position. All right. Now, of course, I got to turn this to get this to go down the rest of the way, so it's going to hinge. All right. And by the way, this is a 5/16. Might be a metric. You'd think it would be a metric, but I don't know. I'm using a 5/16 down here. It's fine. All right, let me tighten this down. Put the airbox in there. By the way, so this is the Scatpack airflow filter, and I'm gonna keep using this until it goes, and then I'm gonna replace it with a Hellcat one. I'm not sold on the K&M. I used to use K&N, but I called them and they said that the airflow on it was 700. And this car requires 700. Actually 800, I think, at full throttle. Not that I'm going to go full throttle all the time, but I think I'm just going to go with a paper filter. I'm going to go with the Hellcat air filters from this point on. And I'll just go with that. Alright, so this just about wraps this up, and I'll be able to suck bugs into my air filter a lot easier now. Alright. Later. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised nobody mentioned this, but getting that tab down there in is nearly impossible because of this coolant overflow. I'm wondering if I didn't push this back far enough, or maybe I'll loosen this up a little bit. But I think it's strange that I have to loosen this nut, put this back in. I even tried to pull this hose back, but something's not right here. Let me check it and figure it out. All right, I might cut that out of the film, but if I don't, this is why. This thing wasn't all the way in. This is kind of a tight fit. And this side, it doesn't look like it's in, but it actually is. So, see that? I thought that was not in there all the way. And I know it's definitely hitting here. So let me see if I can close this down. I figured something else out. See these little notches right there? In here? Right there? I bet you the top part of the Hellcat is cut out and is made differently than this one. Because this thing is definitely hitting that bottle. And this does not close properly. So I don't know, the other guys that are just jamming it down, you're not closing it all the way. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna cut a little notch in here with my cutters because it does not want to close on that. See it's hitting right there. There's no way that's going to close. I'm surprised nobody mentioned that. So I'm going to notch those pieces out. I guess I could use a Dremel, but I'm going to just use my dikes and see if I can cut that out. See in a minute. I'm not sure why nobody mentioned that, but see, I had to cut those down. It'll go in there now. I might use my little soldering iron, and I'm going to melt that down a little bit better. So I hit this edge a little bit. But, I'm going to melt those pieces down a little bit. Alright, I don't know how these other guys are doing this crap because I got this thing mounted in here. I'm leaving this a little bit loose. But if you look, this is the wide body. I got this in here. Is it down all the way? And that hits right there. So I don't understand why. Was that little grommet? I thought I got that in the hole, but maybe I don't. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. Maybe some of you guys can chime in, because you know, I'm gonna have to put a grommet or something under here to raise this up a little bit so it's above that. Or do I not have this down all the way? Alright, so I got this in here. It was just really close. I loosened these up though and moved this up just a little bit. But it's touching, but it's not hitting it real hard. That was that rubber grommet. That fell down in the little drop pan. I knew something was going to fall down there. Anyway, a few bumpy roads, it'll be gone. Anyway, I'm going to put everything back. I'm pretty much all together now. Just put the valve cover on. I'm good. This cover back on. Test it out. Alright, all back together again. Tightened up. Looks pretty good. It fits. I notice there's a PVC hose over here that goes to the intake above the filter. I don't know what to do with that. The intake to here, and then even at an idle, I can feel a little bit of airflow there. Alright, so that's it. Oh, and let me know if you guys got little markers on your car like that. I just want to say it did take me 2 hours to finish this job. I started around 7:30, had to get some parts. I thought I needed some parts, I didn't. Yeah, it took me 2 hours to do this. I think if you got like a little mini socket wrench and you had that that piece there with the Torx wrench, it'd be a little bit better. But you got to get that screw out. Now it's kind of a pain. When you put the box in, make sure that is all the way down in the hole when you push down on it. So anyway, I got it in there, good to go. And 9:30, I still got the rest of the day. I got some Lux tint I'm going to put on later. I'll do that on my next video. If you could like and subscribe, I really appreciate it. You know, YouTube's making it difficult to do live streams and stuff. I need to get more subscribers in order to do that. I wanted to do some live streaming from the drone and whatnot. So if you guys could like and subscribe, that would be helpful. Anyway, thanks a lot. Have a good day.